Now I'm prepared to entertain you. Hello and welcome to Daily Atheist. I'm Chris Mallard, the amazing Super Chris. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a great day so far. Before I get too carried away, I want you to take a notice of the new pictures, Nuevo Picturos for the puppy dogs. We got Christmas photos. There's Jack looking traumatized. You know, the angle they were taking, little, awkward, but Daisy with her horns. Ollie, there's Ollie. There's Ollie. He's over here. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk about some interesting things. Of course, Christmas, Paganmas, the holidays, as it were. What you're doing, we have a poll, of course. I got a video we're going to watch because I like watching videos, you know. And we're going to do all those fun things. We're going to do it just a few minutes. Okay, check this out. Here we go. Let's do, which one should we do today? Okay, here we go.
Life is complicated. These are trying times. There are many questions that need answering. Want to know what's going to help? Atheism. With atheism, you'll get rid of dogma, superstitions, and toxic thought patterns that are holding you back. You can drive while taking atheism, as well as use heavy machinery. In fact, drinking alcohol, fornicating, and Sunday mornings are far more enjoyable with atheism. However, there are side effects. Some evangelicals and fundamentalists will think you are possessed by the devil. But you don't have to worry, because you know the devil isn't real. Just like God. Wake up to your life. Believe in yourself. Believe in science. Atheism.
All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning. I got to say hi to all my friends out there. Of course, thank Andy for his voice on that last commercial. Much appreciated. Larry Scar, good morning. Thank you. I hope you like the look of the new show. I'm working on it. I've only got a couple more editions. I still want to put my name somewhere so somebody who knows who's talking, and I want to have the Daily Atheist Morning Show up here somewhere. But otherwise, I don't want it to look like it did before because it's all blocky and yucky. I want it to look good. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Let me say hello to everyone. Left-handed Jedi. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Yeah, I got a new teleprompter and all. Well, same teleprompter. I just got a new setup and new software, and I didn't quite have it right. And I was trying to get my teleprompter up correctly, and every time I hit the button to turn it on, it would make me go live with my face. I'm like, oh, hey. But I got it. Oh, my chair's not right. You're looking pro. Get you. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. Of course, look at our new pictures of our puppy dogs over there. We've got some Christmas photos. Christmas, Paganmas, solstice. You know, one of the things I want to work on, I was thinking about this a few minutes ago as I was evacuating my bladder, that what I'm going to try to do with my wife and family, because we're not Christians anymore, but we were raised traditionally, culturally Christians. So we're not that way. So I'm going to see about consciously shifting away next year from using Christmas term. We'll do the solstice. We got our solstice. Christians got their Christian Christmas, and we'll still do this happy Christmas to everybody, all that business. But, we still, just traditionally, culturally, we're still kind of doing the thing. And I'd like to see if we can consciously shift it away from that. Just for kicks and giggles. Good morning, Pseudo History. Thank you for joining us. Larry Scar, Skunks and Junk, always there. Skunks and Junk, thank you for being there. Carla J, good morning. Did you see the puppies? You saw the puppies. Yeah, they're wonderful. I love my dogs. So Drinkwater, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Drinkwater says, King James Version is my favorite version of the Bible. It doesn't specifically say December 25th. Yeah, that's interesting. I find the King James Version to be very hard to read. I mean, I'm a Shakespeare person. I dig some of that speech, but that's not. My understanding is even they didn't talk like that back then when that was written. Larry Scar says, my tree has a Santa hat, no star, no angel. Yeah, we'll probably have something like a tree. We may have a tree because tree's not Christmas. It's actually a pagan thing. And we may almost certainly put like a Star Trek chevron up there or some business, maybe the Enterprise on the top of the tree glowing or something. I could see doing that, having a Star Trekmas rather than a Christmas. Vic Lid, did I say hi to you this morning, Vic? Did I? I don't know if I did. Hi, Vic. Nice to see you. It's Friday, everyone. Did you know it's Friday? I have a video going still. It is still going. I'm grateful to the YouTube gods that the video is still going. It's slowed down, as they tend to do. But it is the top 10 reasons why Jesus was not to sacrifice. And it's going really well. I think it's hit 10,000 views so far. Let me eyeball that and just see if it's hit 10,000. It was close yesterday. And it's brought on in almost 300 subscribers. Yeah, let's look. Content. Top 10 reasons why Jesus was not sacrificed. It says 9,816 views. That one's usually a little behind too. So let me see if this other one gives me more up to date. It says 9.9K, 9,905 views. My first 10,000 view video. It has gotten me 249 subscribers since I dropped it Friday afternoon. All right, baby, come on. All right, okay, I know. You want to take credit for your work because you're the computer guy. Ollie is insisting. Good morning, Ollie, my computer guy. Our technician for the show, computer technician for the show, wants to say hi. Damn it, it's not Friday. It is not Friday. It's Paganmas Eve, and it feels like Friday. 1,000 apologies. Don't listen to me. What the hell? I'm just some jackass on the internet. Festivus for the rest of us. I dig it, Drinkwater. I dig it, Drinkwater, I don't understand you. You're an interesting individual. Yeah. Your post's very... I'm waiting to understand. Yeah. At first you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention. Welcome to the damnation. Ollie didn't want to get picked up. He says with his pop. Good morning, Saint G. Thank you for joining us. Saint G says it's not even close to the best translation. Oh, you're talking about the the book. Thank you, Left-Handed Jedi. Left-Handed Jedi has given us a $20 super chat. Thank you very much. Says, I have a concept to share with you. I call it the Jedi reversal. Ooh. It says, the argument of evil and hell is popular, but what about the opposite? Why do Christians feel they've earned eternal happiness from a finite lifespan? That's an interesting point. Why do Christians feel they've earned eternal happiness? Oh, that's the opposite side of the thing. That's right. For this finite, tiny little life, and I screwed up just once or twice, tiny little screw ups, and yet I get an eternity of punishment. I've never thought about it that way. They're expecting an eternity of happiness. Yeah, from such a tiny little being good for such a time. Interesting. And thank you very much for the $20 super chat, Lieutenant John. One of the things I've thought about the Christians in that vein is that, they're all live poor here so you can live rich later. So it's not that it's that they're actually more greedy. They're super greedy. If they're the more poor they live here, it's because they're trying to live richer in heaven later. That makes sense? It's just a facade. It's uber greed because they want to live in palaces of gold when they die or whatever. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Very much appreciate you, Left-Handed Jedi. Thank you. Ollie says thank you. Let's see. Left-Handed Jedi super chat. Yes. Festivus, not Festivus. That's a good one, Dave. That's good. Sangji says it's not even close. Oh, that's right. All right, so as you guys know, I have a poll going. Also, I want to point out our pictures of our puppy dogs, the Christmas pictures. There's Bailey with her Santa hat. The presents I got for the evil one of them came in, but it wasn't the one I wanted. It's like the one she'll get the least joy out of, and it's the one that I got. Anyway, we'll see. So thank you all for being here this morning. I got a poll. Let's do a poll. Here is the poll. Bear with me. As you know, I take the polls very seriously. The poll question today is, what's the best explanation for Mary's virginity. Option number one, Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support. That one's in the lead current. Oh, let me refresh the page. Yes, so far we've got 13 votes on that poll. Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support was the first option. 46% of pollsters have chosen that one. It's a popular choice. Stone Age hymen reconstruction surgery. Number 3 on the list, Joseph masturbated into the bathtub before Mary took her bath. And number 4, she got pregnant from a public toilet seat. What do you think? I will post a link here if I have not already. I already have, but I'm doing it again because that's the kind of kid I am. I posted a link in the chat if you don't mind. Take a moment. Go vote. You can center click the mouse button. If you have a mouse, center click the mouse button on the link and it should open it in a new Wayvo tab. Therefore, you don't have to actually leave the show. We wouldn't want that. Yeah, so go vote. Go do that thing. And yeah, so far, that's the votes, the options we have. And right now, Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support is leading with 46% of the vote. Sanji says Mary Loot. Oh, I've seen this before. Is a Christmas tradition that involves a creepy horse. Yeah, Mary Lee. Is that how is it said? I'm familiar. Yeah, creepy horse with like all messed up. Mary Paganmas. It's 3. Is it 3 a.m. there? Cuddly unicorn. Good morning. It's stupid early wherever you are then. I usually get up between 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning thanks to this little bitch. I mean dog. He's a male dog though. Good morning. Drinkwater says, I don't think any of those options are correct. You should have a non-blasphemous option. Okay, well, I did. All right, here's the entire question. It says, what's the best explanation for Mary's virginity? Question mark. Then it goes on. If you think it's something else, leave a comment and let us know. So if you'd like, if I did not leave an option that you feel was worthy, feel free to go leave a comment and let us know. I have even got a special tab open so I can view the comments and see what kind of comments we have. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see. Sort by. I've always got to do the newest. Why can't I never choose sort by top comments. Never do I do that. YouTube, be listening. Never do I do that. Skunks and Junk commented, Chuck, did you fart? Did you smell that? Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Chuck. There's Chuck. Chuck apparently went on about himself, something about scripture not related to whatever we were talking about. Then he briefly went on to something about how God can have babies without breaking a hymen, because that's what God does. He didn't answer the question, though, I don't think. Derek Allen, this is one of the reasons why you're going to hell. And it's the flies. Derek Allen says, Joseph masturbated on Mary's feet and the flies did the rest. And that's this video demonetized. Thank you. Derek Allen. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat here and find out how wrong I am. Saying, okay. Drinkwater says, I don't think any. Okay, got that. Pseudo history says horrible Herod violated the Virgin Mary after Joseph was unable to pay his taxes and left Mary for dead. Yet she lived and was pregnant with the king's baby. This is why I leave this individual in the chat. These things, I have no idea where these things come from. They're ripe every time. I love them. It's fantastic. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Pseudo History, for your contributions to the show. You okay, buddy? Am I not scratching your butt fast enough? Is that the deal? If you don't scratch his butt when he'll back up into you. He'll just keep doing it. Like, hey, get them monkey paws to work. Pseudo, yeah, nobody wants to talk about it. Carla J, thank you, Carla J. Good morning, Carla J. Sangji. Oh, Larry Scar says it's the toilet thing. Harpies. That's right. Yeah, that's for those that she got pregnant from a public toilet seat. I hate it when that happens. Especially when I'm the father. Don't ask what I was doing in the public toilet. That's not pretty. So let me just catch up here. You guys are fantastic. Thank you for playing along. I mean, let's see, did I have more chat? Another individual, ever so thoughtfully and respectfully, posted on the comment. The question was, of course, the question is, what's the best explanation for Mary's virginity? And the options are: Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support, Stone Age hymen reconstruction surgery. Number 3, Joseph masturbated in the bathtub before Mary took her bath. I probably gotta stop saying the M word. I'll get this notice from YouTube going, this is unsuitable for advertisers. Except for like hymns. Hymns should be willing to advertise on this. Hymns. Number 4, the option is, of course, she got pregnant from a toilet seat. So one person ever so carefully said, their response was, without judging you. And I appreciate that. I'll even pop it over here so you guys can see it. There I am. Says, without judging you, must say, this channel is about the lowest on YouTube. Remember, not judging you, just my opinion. It doesn't sting any less. Give me a moment, friends. I'm going to sit over here and cry. I said, I went off on my normal shtick, my normal shtick about why I should be pissed. Long diatribe about me, my crap. You don't want me to read my crap. Okay, I'll read it out for you. I was like, thank you for your thoughts. Why is it the lowest on YouTube? Do you agree that, or do you disagree that Christians are imposing their theocracy on the rest of us? The abortion issue is Christians imposing their will on everyone, even if they don't believe. The 10 Commandments in public classrooms, that's an attack on our children's mind with your religious nonsense. In fairness, and please be honest, do you think we should just take it, or should we resist? And how should we resist? Pointing out the nonsense in your holy book, pointing out the horrific nature of the God in that book, pointing out the horrific actions of the followers of that book. How should we resist? And how would you react if Muslims were making your wife and daughter wear a hijab or full-blown burqa in public? Would you resist? So that was my response. And then, of course, I got back on track. I'm on point, man. And I made another response that said, and the notion of Mary's virginity has been used for hundreds of years to force sexual purity on women. So don't do any pearl clutching when we examine her story and start poking holes in the nonsense. So that was my thinking. Let me come back to the chat here and find out how wrong I am. Do I need a tissue? I haven't. Oh, you mean for crying? No, no, I don't need a tissue for crying. Thank you, though. Simply Secular Dave. I appreciate it. Good morning, Sean Alexander. How are you doing today? Thank you for being here today. I've got my dog. You want to pet that dog? Would you want to pet that dog? Ollie's like, I am so over it. Just put me in your lap, old man. Leave me alone. Boop. Okay. All right. Cool. It's working. Donald Trump's 34 convictions. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Says, I would love to see you debate some Christians, Chris, but I have seen many Christians versus atheists debate, and it doesn't matter what evidence refutes virgin births and talking donkeys. They go, but God, though. Very true. I often wonder what would we debate upon? Maybe about the reality of whether Jesus existed. But if you want to argue like morality in the Bible, I don't even see why that's I don't even see where that's a debate. Yeah, I don't get it myself. I haven't done any debating yet. I might though. I don't think so. We come up with the question. I get asked every now and then by people in the chat, debate me. I'm like, no. Be worth debating. Viclet says, damn it, Chris, my dog heard you and it's demanding pets. Yeah, but he is demanding pets. Yeah. Oh, yeah. One thing, if my dogs start barking on the show, how many of your dogs will run outside or start barking? My dogs do it all the time. We'll be watching TV and a dog will bark and they'll be like, what? And they'll run outside. I love dogs. They're cool. Not the sharpest drawers in the knife, but you know what I mean. Native Atheist, good morning. How are you doing? No trolls yet. No, not yet, Native Atheist, so far. I don't think they've all been banned. I mean, we can't ban them all, right? Let's use the creative use of that timeout. Remember, it pisses them off when they have to sit there and watch us laugh at them and they can't respond. So, yeah, no trolls yet that I've seen. Yeah, debates are kind of, I don't know. I think I'd rather do public speaking than a debate. Yeah. Go around spreading my craziness in my way. Do it my way. So good morning, everyone. I'm just checking to see if I've missed anything. Where's Master Pastor? I haven't seen him in a few days. I actually went and looked to see, because I thought the other day that I had, I was cranky. I've been up late. I was pretty sure I bounced his ass, but I went and looked and he hadn't been permanently banned or anything. So I don't know. Hadn't seen him. Maybe he's out doing the Lord's work. Maybe he took my advice whenever I said, why are you talking to atheists? You believe a lot of these other Christians are going to go to hell because they're not doing it right. They already believe the same thing you do. Why don't you talk to them and help correct their heresy? You're wasting your time with us. And I haven't seen him since. Maybe he has sought therapy, which I would highly encourage. Anger issues, that sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up today. We'll see. Maybe he got arrested. I don't know. Maybe his wife owns the house and she's got like a restraining order and he can't get near his equipment. Oh no, he does it all on his phone. Sorry. I don't know. I'm being a dick. Sorry, Master Pastor. I went there. I apologize. 1,000 apologies. Well, you remember you said my wife and dog should leave me. Remember? I have it on video. So we got that. Skunks and Junk says he's trying to figure out the Marian or Hyman thing. Did I tell you guys? I do believe that I think it's the Gospel of Thomas where they allegedly had a woman, I think it was a nursemaid, observe to make sure that the hymen was still there after giving birth to the Holy Lord. Oh, that's a good one. I don't know what the answer is, or I don't know what the question is, but the answer was fantastic. Let me go look at that. Oh, Velchin Apologetics. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Velchin Apologetics says the Gospel of Thomas is a fraud. But of course you would say that. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the show. ID10T. Good morning. You said good morning, heathens. And not heathens, heretics, because if you're not a heathen, you're a heretic. I don't care who you are. You're all doing it wrong. Velchin says, give me a break. Historians say that, not me. You're just making stuff up. Yep, I'm just making it up. Just ignore me. Oh yeah, the Gospel of Thomas. I'm not really married to it, man. It's just a thing, It was written in like the 2nd century. That's crazy. Anything written that long after, right? It's got to be just nonsense. Just somebody just made that shit up, just like the rest of it. All of the gospel. None of the Gospels were written during Jesus's lifetime. None of the Gospels were written by anyone who was alive during Jesus's lifetime. None of the Gospels were written by anyone. Maybe someone who. No, chances are no one whose parents were alive when Jesus was crucified wrote the books. It was all handed down story, but you believe it. They didn't embellish or nothing. And there's no contradictions. It's all truth. It's all real. It's all reliable. I'd like to share with you one of my favorite websites. I'll even give you a link. It's called lyingforjesus.org. Here you go. Bible contradictions. Man, this is a good one. This is so much fun. This is the list of the biblical contradictions that you can go and enjoy yourself. This is over on the right is the New Testament. See this darker stuff. This is the New Testament. This is the Old Testament. You probably just want to ignore all that because it doesn't count, right? Because this New Testament stuff. And there's, perfect, unerrant word of Lord, obviously, clearly errant. Here are the scientific absurdities and historical inaccuracies. Enjoy that at your will. Down here is the cruelty and violence. Notice over here, the New Testament has plenty of cruelty and violence. Not as much as the OT, granted, but still. Misogyny, violence, and discrimination against women. Oh, look. New Testament's got a lot of that too. Weird. Discrimination against homosexuals. Wow, that's just crazy. You should go do your research. Learn about your Lord. Go learn about your Lord. There are no contradictions. He won't name one. You go look them up, dude. Go look them up yourself. I'll give you a whole thousands and thousands because I can't name one off the top. Not that I can't, actually. It's just that I didn't. Go look them up yourself. Right there. I've given you an entire website. Go do it. Don't be afraid. And listen, here's the whole thing, brother or sister. Here's the whole thing. Listen, you don't want it. You've already said I'm a liar. You don't want to take my word for it. You don't want to believe me. You don't want other people to believe me. So why do you want me to give you a contradiction? If I gave you a contradiction, you wouldn't believe it. You just said you don't trust me. Right? I gave you a link though. A link that you can go look up yourself and go look, oh, does this really contradict? And go find out for yourself. Go remove your own ignorance. It's fun. It tingles. You seem, and now, almost as if on cue, now we start with what, kids? What do we do? What do we start with now, fellow burners, fellow members of the damnation? Dead hominem attacks. Carry on. You are so fake, dude. You make the claim and then put the burden on me. What claim did I make? That there was contradictions in the Bible? I didn't put the... Chris, write it in a crusty book and he shall believe. I can't even name one. Again, you wouldn't believe me if I did name one. A contradiction in the Bible, you go figure it out yourself. Okay. Now, Donald Trump's 34 conviction says, off the top of the head, don't argue with a fool to his own accord, blah, 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 blah. Next verse, argue with a fool of his own accord, blah, 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 blah. No man has seen the face of God. This guy has seen the face of God. Don't go to the left, go to the right. Hey, chat, go ahead and help. You know what? I would ask my chat GPT for contradictions in the Bible. I mean, just specifically like one or two. But what were the last words of Jesus? Matthew and Mark, I think, both say, God, why have you forsaken me? And Luke says something else, and the other one says something else. I mean, that's just a good example. Let me ask you, who was at the tomb when it was opened? When Jesus was it an angel? Was it a single woman? Was it two women? Was it no women and an angel? Who was there? These are all contradictions in the New Testament. Go figure it out yourself. You are the one apparently floundering. But apparently you don't have that little shame juice thing in your head. Is that Pastor Dean? Is that Pastor Dean? That could be Pastor Dean. Look at him. Just listen to this. Exactly as I said, no matter what I said, I listed the contradictions just briefly off the top of my head about Jesus and the rolling away the stone and who was there. And as predicted, what did I say he would say? Look at him just make it up as he goes. So I gave him examples and he doesn't believe me, just as I predicted he wouldn't. Why would he believe me? I knew he wouldn't believe me. And here he does it. Why give him examples when he's not going to give? I gave him. He can go find them himself. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Doesn't care. Just wants to stew in his own ignorance. And part of the deal is getting attention. And okay. Carry on, mon ami. I mean, the Bible is rife with contradictions. If that's the hill you're going to die on, you're going to die pretty quick. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm sure it's getting to where, my friends, the chat gets so fast I can barely keep up with it. And so I'm sure they're probably giving you loads of other examples of contradictions. So there's that. Did you, hey, Velchin Apologetics, that is a cool name though, by the way. Did you watch my video, the top 10 reasons why Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins? Did you watch that? Have you watched that? You should watch that. It's a goodie. Oh, man. I mean, you might not like it. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Pseudo history says my ancestor Caligula was Jesus' childhood friend and later his executioner. See, I can do that too. ID10T says I meant to say right out or outright, not outright. Skunks and junk. Photo evidence of Jesus giving Mary a handy. I'm sure there's probably a website with that very thing. I have a master's in divinity, sir. That's fantastic. I have a master's in imaginary religion and imaginary people. You go, you. That's almost the opposite of saying you have proof or evidence, or, and to say that you have a master's in divinity and then say there are no contradictions. You don't even try to waffle and say, oh, it's a misunderstanding, or you didn't. You just like, oh, no. You just expose yourself completely. It's baffling. But carry on. I'm here for it. I'm here for you. I am. This guy's a fraud. Again, yes, thank you for pointing that out. These are my friends. They know I'm a fraud. I'm an atheist. That's what we do, right? Apparently. Isn't that projection, by the way? You projecting on me? Larry Scar, magic guy, masters in magic. What a joke. I know, right? It's not like it's a real science. Somebody like this person will get a master's in Christian apologetics of some fashion or this, and then they'll deny evolution, which is based on real science, not the study of their imaginary Lord. Yeah, that's a good point. Carla J says, Velchin apologetics, go debate deconstruction zone one evening. That would be interesting. Go, there's lots of different things that you could go debate people who care. My problem is I just don't care enough. I mean, I think it's funny. I enjoy watching you flounder in the chat, trying to come up with ways of calling me names and stuff because your arguments flop so horrifically. But it's a little cringe to watch, So I just look away. I quit watching. I'll let you go on. Good morning, Dragons in Genesis. How are you doing, man? Nice to have you here. Thank you. There was an individual here in our chat who has a master's in, oh shit, I forgot what it was. Divinity. And they were claiming there are none contradictions in the Bible. Do you have any thoughts on that? I posted a link. They said that I was a liar and I couldn't be trusted, and then demanded I give them the contradictions. And then I said they wouldn't believe me because they think I'm a liar. And then they kept prodding, so I gave them. And then they said I was a liar and they didn't believe me. Hi, Daisy. I should just move the puppy cam over here. Oh, I guess Papa was getting loud, calling out these ignorant Christians. Come here, baby. Come here and say hi. Was the mic blowing out too loud? Daisy wants to say hello to everybody. There, Daisy. Hi, Daisy. Oh, my goodness gracious. What are you doing? Was this microphone getting all loud? I'm sorry. I'll work on being a little more quiet. There's a picture of Daisy right there underneath. She's wearing her reindeer horns because she's a reindeer. So hi, baby. Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll be more quieter. I'm sorry. Okay. You want to go over here and sit down? Good girl. Good girl. Okay. And then, of course, there's my puppet. Oh, down there. Bailey Bear. So, there you go. Let me catch up with the chat real quick. Find out how wrong I've been. Pseudo history says they invented Christmas because Jesus wasn't cutting it. Vic Lit, Deconstruction Zone, will get into the nitty gritty with believers about anything in the OT and Newty. He's able to read and translate ancient Hebrew. If you want to debate, go to someone who wants it. That's an excellent point. Go to someone who wants it. Another point I often make is that if you have to go to the ancient Hebrew or ancient Greek to get your message from God, it's not an omnipotent, omniscient God that knows everything. It can't be. It would have spoken it in a language that everyone could understand. And since you have to go back to that other nonsense to try to get the message, clearly it's not real. That in and of itself to me is evidence that it wasn't real. It's okay. Go ahead. My crew, you know how the crew is. They need attention every now and then. First claim, Masters in Divinity. I know. It's just like it sounds. That's why I was like, "Are you Pastor Dean?" Pastor Dean. There are people who make a lot of claims that are doubtful. Oku, good morning, Oku. Thank you for joining us. I'm currently working on my master's in Dungeons and Dragons. Way to go! Good for you. ID10T says contradictions in the resurrection accounts, for instance. See, that was the ones I just rattled off the top of my head. Matthew 28, 1 through 10, Luke 16, 1 through 8, John 20 through 120, 1 through 18, conflict with one another and say different things. Absolutely. And where did he go? I mean, he was very verbose. And then I guess, did somebody ban him? He may have just left. The truth was too hard to hear. Yeah, I'd like to see that, actually. Well, I'd like to see Justin visitate and debate with that individual. That'd be perfect and fun. So far. Now, tomorrow, guys, I want to remind you. Bad, Chris. I don't have a link. Somebody will post a link, I'm sure. If Maya shows up, Maya is wonderful. She has a link. But tomorrow, I'll be streaming as part of an Uber stream, a mega stream of Atheists. It's going to be a 48-hour stream event that's probably starting today, and it's going to stream, and they're going to try to pipe the viewers from stream to stream. I hope they're going to do that, and hope we're going to have a whole bunch of sinning going on for Christmas, for the holidays. Be there or be square. Dragons in Genesis says the nativity story from Matthew and Luke are wildly different. There's also Genesis 1 and 2 or two different flood stories. Sometimes, those are great examples. Genesis 1 and 2. Did man come before the plants, or did he come on the first day, or did he come on the sixth day, or was it the second day? Which day did man arrive? There were contradictions there. That's fun. They're so easy. I showed him a whole, but he didn't care. He just wanted to run away screaming. We're like, la, 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 la. Actually, you know what, guys? Here's what I'm going to do real quick. I've got a video I'm going to run. I'm not going to run the top 10 reasons why Jesus is not sacrificed for your sins. I'm not going to do that one again. I've got a different video that I'm going to run today. It's top 10 reasons why God is a pit demon. And I've kind of waited a little later in the show. Later, not really, you know, late. I didn't run it early as I tend to run the videos because I wanted more Christians to come in the video in the group. And I was hoping to get more of them in here so they could watch. God had a wife, pseudo history says. I've heard that before. And in God's house, there's a lot of doors, and one of them has a lock on the outside. And that's the one in which God's wife lives. Look on the outside of God's house. There's one room with windows with bars on the outside. That's God's wife's. That's God's wife. Can't let her out. Can't let her get away. I'm a bad man. That's one of the reasons why I'm going to hell. Here we go. Christians, the God you worship is an evil pit demon from hell. And I'm going to use your own book to prove it. Today I'm breaking down my top 10 reasons why the God of the Bible actually more resembles a pit demon from hell than a benevolent father
El
figure.
Diablo.
From blood sacrifices and godly smiting in the Old Testament to eternal torment and fire in the New, does this sound like a God of love to you? Number 10, the fall of a woman. In the early chapters of Genesis, God creates man and woman, then allows the serpent to trick Eve into eating the forbidden fruit. As a result, all women are condemned to painful childbirth, and the desire they have for their husband is laid on them as a punishment. Genesis 3:16. Eve was not present when God told Adam not to eat the fruit, but Adam was present when Eve was deceived, and he apparently did nothing to intervene. Not only did he let her eat the fruit, but he also joined in her sin. Then, when God confronted him, Adam shifted the blame to Eve, saying, Genesis 3:12, "The woman you gave to me, she gave me the fruit of the tree, and I ate it." Eve, the most innocent character in the Bible, is deceived by the serpent, betrayed by Adam, and smited by God, all in quick succession. She faced the harshest punishment in all of the Bible, next to burning in hell, of course, for not being able to outwit the serpent. Fatherly? Forgiving? There we go. Viclet says the stream. Oh, thank you, Viclet. Viclet says the Xmas Marathon stream has already started. Viclet is going to post it in the Discord. However, I'm going to make you a moderator, Viclet, and you'll be able to post a link here if you don't mind. I'd very much appreciate you posting a link. And Carla J, I try to be a little careful with my moderators. I try to make it to where they can't ban people so easily. So I'm just throwing out a wrench to some folk out there real quick. Bear with me. So if you don't mind, please post a link. And let us know where that link, that video. I'm hoping it's gonna be fantastic. And since now that I know, I'm gonna actually go kind of watch it and try to keep up with what's going on and the rest of the day. I've got some cool stuff. There's going to be hopefully a lot of new people watching tomorrow. As such, I'd really like to do a good job and get them. Oh, let me turn me up so I can match with everything else. I want to get them, I want to get a new commercial or two ready. Probably just one because I'm a slacker, ready for tomorrow. And I've been working on the couple of them. So I want to get something new ready for tomorrow. I'm hoping. But I'm a slacker, guys. I am. Part of it is like getting the thing. I got the left-handed Jedi's smoke throat, Lucy's lozenges. That thing is fantastic. And also the Father Flanagan's line of flesh-scented candles, sacrificial candles, human-scented candles, goat-scented candles, that sort of thing. Beanside, there is no proof that a God even is at all. That's true. Yucky proof. You said the P word. What the hell? Viclet is a she, her. I thought so. Did I not say that? I thought Viclet was a she. I thought Vic was a she. Did I say something wrong? I thought Vic was a she. Yes? Apologies if I misspoke. No, I thought Vic was a she. Sorry if I said misspoke. Yes, bad Chris. 1,000 apologies. I was going on about myself, but Jesus was not the Son of God. Here's an interesting notion I've had recently. I hope I didn't, Carla J. Thank you, though. Thank you, keeping me on my toes for sure. I don't want to misgender anyone. Very true. Very true. Here's a thought I've had, and that is that this is a fun one too. This is recent. I'm probably going to make a video about this. Okay. Here's the notion. Who is Jesus? Allegedly. No, I mean, of course he's God, right? But he's also almost always referred to as the Son of God. Well, in Genesis, we see the sons of God. They talk about the sons of God, directly referred to as the sons of God. Is Jesus one of those? Right? Let's put those two together. The sons of God were not pious or holy. They ran a sex rampage on mankind, choosing women, doing whatever they wanted to, having sexification with the females, and ended up, if I remember correctly, and I've run a lot of cannabis through this brain, but if I remember correctly, they also spawned the Nephilim because of their wicked ways with mankind. They were the sons of God. Is Jesus like from that colony? Did it get away from them and manage to sneak to Earth? Hey, Ollie, what are you doing? Oh, he likes sleeping on my sweaters. Interesting thoughts there, kids. But it's fun. I want to put those two together. I want to associate those two. They talk about how holy Jesus was. He's the Son of God. But wait a second. The sons of God were bad. Let's put those two together. See? Tiger Shark, good morning, Tiger Shark. Thank you for joining us. Nice to have you with us. All you wonderful. Thank you. All you want. Scotty is here. Shh. Don't talk about him anymore. He's here. Oh yeah, Scotty. Scotty is our Discord man. He's the guy doing the Discord. So I don't have a wrench because, you don't have a wrench. You have a wrench. How come you don't have a wrench? You must have done something. I'm giving you a wrench. Take it or leave it. Iggy Whiskers, good morning. It's been a day or three since I've seen you. How are you doing? Are you having a happy holidays? Did you sin a lot this past weekend? Are you planning to sin a lot tomorrow? I want to sin a lot tomorrow. I want to do it on a live stream. I may not even wear pants tomorrow on the stream. Sort of like I don't wear pants today. The big question is, was Jesus an innie or an outie? Oh, wow. Would he have? I guess he would. He would have a navel. The whole deal, though, was it? We were talking about it earlier before the Christian got all scared and went away. We were talking about the Gospel of Thomas. There's the Gospel of Thomas, and then there's also the infancy gospel, where allegedly Jesus came out of the womb talking. I want to go look that up. Dragons in Genesis. Are you familiar with that? And if you don't mind. I'm sorry. I forgot your first name. What's your first name? D-I-G? Sorry. Because you were on my show and I was on your show. And I mean, it's been, I can't remember. I'm sorry. Anyway. Carla J. Sup, Viclet, everybody, all you wonderful people. Left-handed Jedi says, bless me, Father, for I have not sinned. Need caffeine. It's too early for sinning. Well, it's really not. It's really not. You can wake up sinning. Oh yeah, back to this video. While I watch the chat and find out what I've done wrong. Here we go. Shared screening. Number 9, a godly MMA style death match. After God tricks the first humans into sin, we see the first murder in the Bible. Cain kills his brother Abel out of jealousy. Cain and Abel both offer their best to God, but God favors Abel's offerings. This angers Cain, and God warns him, saying, Genesis 4:7, if you do what is right, will you not be rewarded? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. Despite this warning, and literally being raised in the presence of God, Cain murders Abel. For the love of who? This pit demon. Then, as punishment, God tells him he will no longer have to farm, which is a crap job anyway, since God made working the ground hard in his curse on Adam. And then Cain is marked for protection and allowed to live a long life, build a city, and father nations. All the best blessings God would visit on anyone in the Old Testament. Those were his punishments for murdering his own brother. Meanwhile, Eve, who was deceived by the serpent in her sin, faced severe punishment, pain in childbirth, and subservience to her husbands. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you. Genesis 3:16. Number 8. Interesting notions. Okay, Jason, thank you for the reminder. I appreciate it. The infancy gospel is very interesting. No, go do something else. Go do something else. Go sit over there. He'll be in my lap. Come on, get up here. Let's do it. You ready? Here we go. Oh, you gotta jump. Ugh. Okay, computer. Thank you guys for being patient with me as I work with my staff. Drinkwater says, if you had a compound fracture, would you cut off the whole arm? No, you'd want to be reconciled. That's why I'm not atheist. Actually, it depends on the circumstances. In modern society, no, you probably wouldn't want to sever a compound fracture. However, without modern medicine, a compound fracture, meaning it's fractured and separated and possibly even almost certainly poking through the skin, you might be better off severing that limb than trying to reset that situation. You know what I mean? Just a thought. It's not a guarantee. It's a circumstantial situation. The example you used was unfortunate, but I appreciate you. Zeng Fukusheng, Religion Destroyer, thank you for joining us this morning, says Christians won't believe you. A girl in my town says she got preggers by God, but Christians won't believe him. That's them. I think Zeng is a male. Yeah, so interesting. They won't believe you. But I've heard that before. I mean, I've heard it before. Other people have heard it before, and we've heard it before in the context of never, it was an immaculate conception. Always it was something really happened, and she was just lying. It was the uncle, it was the dad, it was the brother, it was something like that, and they didn't want everybody to know. And so they claimed they didn't do anything, and not that God did it, but just that they hadn't had sex. It's a thing. It happens. Which is more likely? Let's employ Occam's razor. Which is more likely? Just saying. So let me see here. And I'm hoping we got some links. Let me see here. I would like to get some links to that mega stream, because we do have a mega stream going, and I'm going to go check that out as soon as I'm done with this show. I want to go catch up and support. And matter of fact, if you guys want to go over and watch the stream, I didn't even have a link. It's it's the mega stream. Go follow, go watch. Damn, Viclet, do you know what Ollie's breed is? I think you said you rescued him. Not sure if you were joking about the woods thing, but I see that poodle fur going on. I'll tell you, here's what the deal is. I claim that he is actually not a dog. He's an Ori that I found in the blind forest. He loves you, Papa. But he's actually, we thought he was a multi-poo. He's not a multi-poo. He's kind of like a multi-mutt that basically when you put all those little things together, it gets something that looks like a multi-poo. Yeah, we actually had him DNA tested. So there's a lot of things in there. Just, I don't think there's multi-poo in him at all, but he looks like, if you go look up a multi-poo, you get Ollie. So he is wonderful. God is Pan with a hoo-doo-doo-doo. Pan also means bread in Spanish. Mary, Cuddly Unicorn says Mary was a fictional character just like Moses. And I want to check out on that too. I want to do some more studying. I'm still going through the Old Testament. Thankfully, I've got like a lot of material to go through. Real quick, guys, before I forget, and I want to get back to our video here, but I want to say thank you to everyone. I want to check out something briefly, if you don't mind. Let me observe here. A couple things should be happening hopefully soon. Let me know when you start seeing it. One is you should start seeing products showing up on the shelf below the video or long form videos that you see. I've got a new store. Just got rid of Teespring. They may show up eventually. I don't know, but I got one working. Products have been made, and stuff most of it's dog related, but still. So let me know whenever you start seeing the shelf. It should start showing up soon. The second thing I want to visit with you guys about, because y'all are wonderful, is that we last Friday I passed 3,000 just after the end of the show, I believe. Today we are at 3,279 subscribers. So we've gained almost 300 subscribers since Friday morning. Thank you all. It's wonderful. It's nice to see so many people joining the damnation. Fantastic. You crazy. And I've got a video going, the top 10 reasons why Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins. That's a fun one. All right, so back to our video here. I just want to catch up briefly with the chat. If I can. Mary was a zealot and a bread maker. You know, there's a lot. They got a new video out where Mary, it's very controversial, the new video, the new movie, something about Mary. It's not called Something About Mary. It's a movie, and I can't remember the name, and it's blah, 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 something about Mary. It may even just be Mary. You can understand the cultural catch-22 I'm in here when I'm trying to say it's something about Mary. Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Scotty. Scotty, you are the man. There's a link. Let me click that link. Thank you. Oh, maman, mon ami. Oh, the marathon kickoff, so I can see I can see who's going. There's me. Are you sure it's going now? It's going now. Purple is rocking it. That is cool. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can figure out how to. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak ahead, and I'm going to. Oh, there is Purple's link.
Oh, your brother lives in.
They've got 28 people watching. I'm going to copy that link. Oh, I want to share that link. Is that it? Ooh, is that the right one? Yes. Oh, yes, that's the right one. Let me do this. Copy that. And I want to put that in my video. Just bear with me, people. Don't go anywhere. We're here. We're here. We're just hooking up. We're hooking up with the other folk. Where can I do it? Can I do it here? Here? Shoot. Settings, edit, video. I know what I'm doing. And what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to do it so those of you who want to, after our show, it'll automatically pipe you over to the current stream they have going now. With the thing, we'll get that party started now. All right, so here, thank you, my friends, for your patience real quick. And go into the customization area. And then I'm going to go down to redirect. And if you're a person who also has a channel, you can go here and you can go here. Come on. There it is. Okay, I've got the redirect set. Boom. Now after the show, in theory, it should pipe you guys right over to the stream. If that stream is over, it's a part of a playlist, and it should rock you right through, hopefully, to the next one, guys. So that is awesome. Very cool. Thank you, Scotty, for that, and thank you, all you wonderful people there. Oh, Pragmatic Crystal is here. You know, Pragmatic Crystal, somebody, I don't remember his name. Somebody sent me an email going, hey, would you do a thing? And I'd like, okay, I'll do a thing. I forgot to do a thing. I'll do a thing. I know what I'm talking about. You may not. Good morning, Crystal. Thank you for joining us. You're so wonderful. Did you see Ollie? Ollie was waiting for you to get here. I know. Merry Christmas. We also took new photographs that you can see there for the puppies for Paganmas. As you can see, Sadie is Satan Claus. That's her with her hood on, and there's her with her horns exposed. Isn't that wonderful? Good morning, Giles. Where have you been, man? Nice to see you. Thank you. Or have you just been stalking in the chat? I understand. I do that too. Stalking, masturbating. Giles, like he's at it again already. Good morning, Giles. Thank you for joining us. Says Ollie might be a monkey in a dog suit. No, Ollie is an Ori. Have you played Ori in the Blind Forest? I love that game. It's fantastic. I'm playing Hollow Knight now. Not as fun. Similar, not as fun. Good morning, Peter. Thank you for joining us this morning. Peter says, what does it mean by seeing Jesus, Muhammad, and Zeus, Moses in dreams? Ease off on the hallucinogens. Get more calcium in your diet. Potassium, perhaps. Could be a lot of things. I dream about cruise ships a lot. What does it mean? I don't know. Maybe it means I want to be on a cruise ship. Maybe if you dream about those things, it's because you want to be a part of it. You want to be in there. You want to be the next, Simply Secular Dave says he's got to go to work. Go to work. Go do that voodoo that you do so well. Thank you for joining us, Dave. Have a great day. Merry Paganmas Eve. Stay safe, and we'll be here tomorrow. Join us. Giles, was it a sexy dream? That's a good question. Valid question, my friend. Valid question. You guys are fantastic. All right, back. We're watching this video for a second. I want to get back to it. I don't want to. Actually, let me just go here for just a moment.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, we lived in Wisconsin for years too.
These guys are live. We're gonna go live. Can y'all hear them?
Wisconsin's a pretty
system that isn't just an Indian thing, and shows how we exist.
Oh, can we chat?
So
let's surprise them and chat with them.
Things, so
yeah,
really.
Yeah, the name is associated with it, Liam. Absolutely, yes. My husband can tell just by the name, what state they're from, what their caste is, all that.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and wasn't there something where it was they were trying to help children of a lower caste get a better education, and they were funding that or doing something for that, the government was, and so then there was actually higher caste people who were naming their children with lower caste names so that they could take advantage of the free or expanded or whatever something.
Okay, so I'm going to subscribe to these ladies, and I'll put a link in the chat.
And generational wealth, yes.
So if you want to go, let me put a link to straight to their thing. If you want to go subscribe, it looks like they've got some stuff.
Chris Mallard's here.
Hello.
How was your
Thank
dance
you.
show, Chris?
Yeah, how was that damn show? I enjoy that every morning when I see that pop up.
Yeah, I love your
Atheist Network.
So good. It's so good.
All right, so I'm going to post a link, and
Chris, I've been in your comments before. I'm the one with the last name that you didn't like pronouncing. The Vishwanathan.
There are many that I have.
Yes. Hindus. Yes, there's a Hindu-Muslim problem over in India too. Yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly, when we were there, though, I remember the one city we were in, they were rebelling against the government because the government was doing something that was going to harm the Muslims in this one state that had a lot of Muslims and a lot of Hindus. And wasn't it that the whole city was fuck you, government, and they decided to shut down all the businesses in town to prevent
that was awesome
from getting tax revenue.
I appreciate
that day or
them.
Something.
I'm going to close out. I'm going to actually just kind of mute it and come back to them later because I want to be a part of it and all that stuff. That was fun. Somebody's actually talking to me in their chat too, so let me see here. That does happen. Oh, hey, Scott Duke is there. All you wonderful people, thank you for flooding over there and signing up and showing support for our fellow. I've never heard of the Apostate Sisters. I think that's fantastic. They had about 700 subs whenever we popped in. Let's see what we can do for them. Get them, fellow burners. All right. Isn't that fun? I hope this happens for the next day or so, guys, as we go raiding other atheist channels and learn. I never heard of them. I'd like to see their message. They look like fun. Yeah, look. That's awesome. And y'all, hey, they need to come over here and subscribe to me too, right? By the way, I'm sure they will. They're awesome. That's 29 subscribers going on that. Now they're only in video 3, I think. So get over there, go do that thing, and really after the show, go do that thing. We got about another hour. I think these ladies may be done by the time we're done with our show. So there's going to be another channel over there, and we'll all get to go over there together. But again, you got to hold my feet to the fire. I've either got to come up with a Lucy's Lodgings commercial today or a Father Flanagan's flesh-scented candle commercial today. It must happen. today so we can have some new stuff for our peeps tomorrow whenever they raid our channel. Right? Let's get back on here to the chat. Thank you, Pragmatic Crystal. They are fun. So far, I have enjoyed what I can't see what's going on. I hope they're, let me do this. Let's do this some more.
I know JJ deals with a lot of chronic pain, and that's a big
Yes.
problem.
They're on
for
their own
sleep.
thing. There we go. Good.
Yeah.
Hope you can hang out for a little bit here and make it through the day.
Oh, so one of them is. Oh, I got you. Okay, back on my business here. Back to us. Let's shut that.
Oh,
Boop.
yeah,
Mm.
y'all.
They're great. All right, that's fantastic. Sub it up, people. There we go. Now let's go back to our poll for today. While we've got you, those of you who are watching. Oh, I'm doing a poll. The question, of course, work with me here, my friends. Remember, we take these polls very seriously. The question of the day is, what's the best explanation for Mary's virginity? If you think it's something other than the options I've given, please leave a comment below. The options I've given are A, which is the leading vote at the moment. Oh, let me refresh the page and see where it stands. Drum roll, please. So far it stands that Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support, is in the lead with 37% of the vote. Stone Age hymen reconstruction surgery, 32% of the vote. Joseph masturbated in the bathtub before Mary took her bath. Do you want to go lay down over, buddy? You want to go lay down? Is Papa moving too much? Okay. Joseph masturbated in the bathroom before Mary took her bath. Or she got pregnant from a public toilet seat. What do you think, my friends? What options? There you go. Please go vote. I will post a link down here in the bottom. I think I did just post it. There you go. Yes, go do that voodoo that you do so well and let us know. There we go. Sub it up. All right. And so far, though, the one that Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support is winning. There you go. Poll. And then we also have some comments on that, but they get wild, those comments, especially whenever it's like, oh man, the video where the top 10 reasons why Christianity is a blood cult. They did not like that one. Top 10 reasons why Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins. Wow. Man, the Christian hate can be thick. It can be very thick. All right, let's get back to this fun part. This jackass over here is talking. And go. Genocide and cursing children. Another goodie is the story of Noah, where this pit demon describes humans as wicked from childhood, kills all mankind, then his favored human curses an innocent child and his entire lineage to slavery for the actions of its father. Genesis 9:24 and 25. When Noah awoke from his wine and found out what his youngest son Ham had done to him, he said, "Cursed be Canaan, Ham's son. The lowest of slaves will he be to his brothers." Of course, God didn't curse Canaan. His favorite human, Noah, cursed the child, but it was God's power that backed up the curse. Number 7, crotch cooties for a king. Then we move on to Abram and Sarai, where the hero of the story whores out his incestuous sister wife to the Pharaoh for coin, cattle, and slaves, and ends up giving the Pharaoh an STD. Genesis 12:17. But the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh and his household because of Abram's wife, Sarai. But wait, she wasn't his sister. Oh yeah, she was. Now, part of me wants to laugh. Part of me doesn't want to laugh. Vic Lit says, as a young girl, I was genuinely scared of taking a bath after my older brother for the very reason. For that very reason. The reason being that there was this notion that you could get pregnant if a male had ejaculated into a bathtub before a female had taken a bath. And that was one of our options. Now, I had heard that as a youth too. And I don't want to go into detail, but As a youth, I walked around with one arm that looked like Popeye and one arm that looked like olive oil. And one of the best places to make that sort of thing happen was in the bathroom. And I too had those same kind of worries as a youth, as an ignorant youth. I'm not going to go in any more in depth than that. I'll let you work your imagination on what I'm saying there. But I'm picking up what you're putting down, Viclet. I'm receiving what you're broadcasting. But I'm not going to get the cooties from it. That's cool. You guys. Oh. Back to this jackass. Genesis 20:12. Besides, she really is my sister, the daughter of my father, though not of my mother, and she became my wife. But when you read the scripture, you'll learn that she was also his niece. The God who wrote this book really seems to have a perversion for familial incest. What? Lucky Lot. Now we get to Lot, Abram's nephew and fellow hero of the Bible, considered holy enough by God to send 2 messengers to save him from the destruction of Sodom. This holy man tried to throw his virgin daughters out to be raped by a horny horde of homosexual Hebrews who were wanting to sex up the messengers. Then he gets drunk and has sex with his own 2 daughters and has children by them. Men children who go on to father nations, all once again blessings of this God monster. But who's the villain in the story of Lot? Lot's wife, whose mortal sin was that she looked back against God's wishes. Forgiving, loving, perverted, wicked. What kind of God monster is this? Number 6, a Job well done. Then there's the story of Job. Most people think of this as the one instance in the Bible where Satan kills someone, but that may be wrong. God says, go harm them, but the next chapter, and this is the word of God here, he says, though you moved me to destroy them. So he takes credit for it. Job 2:3. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him. He is blameless and upright, a man who fears God and shuns evil. And he still maintains his integrity, though you... I've heard that before, Trina. I've heard what you're saying. Trina from Trina's Creative Chaos says, I learned as a kid a woman can't get pregnant unless she's had an orgasm. I've heard conservative politicians say that. After having 2 children with my ex-husband, I learned that wasn't true. Yeah, that's yeah. The ever elusive O. Giles says, having turkey tomorrow. What does everyone else have at Xmas? We're having tacos. Yeah. Goodness gracious. Oh, tasty and delicious Christmas tacos. They're not Christmas tacos, though. They are what? Paganmas tacos, people. They're Paganmas tacos. I ain't writing it. Donald Trump's 34 conviction says the common ancestor between mammals and reptiles most likely didn't have vocal cords and was a marine animal. But I ain't no scientist. I am studying to develop video games. You know, you could use that in your video game, sort of like, what was that video game? Nautica. That's a cool game. In a way, it's cool. I mean, like, it's long form cool. Boring. It's boring. That's what it's boring. But it's pretty. We're having sirloin for Christmas. That's right. You're Texan. Yeah. Absolutely true. Sean, so a lot of you guys are doing a variety of things for Xmas. I think, like I mentioned on the show yesterday, we were hanging out with some of my favoritist family, the cool ones. That's kind of narrow because there are others that are not going to be there that are also cool. So see how I covered myself. My wife's sports ball team plays Thursday. Yeah, it's going to be fun. There's other stuff happening. Of course, we'll also worship the baby Jesus. We don't worship the baby Jesus. That's a joke, people. I'm a blasphemer. Baby Jesus. Iggy Whiskers, good morning. Iggy Whiskers, I saw you earlier sneaking in there. It says, unicorn, bacon wrapped filet mignon. I saw some filet of minion. I appreciate that. Vic Lit, Carla J says, when my dad was alive, we'd have barbecue ribs near Kansas. Barbecue ribs. Normally I don't eat meat off the bone. I'm kind of a weird person. There are instances when done correctly and when I'm like, oh yeah, in the right mood. But it's pretty rare, really. 7 pound, 6 ounce baby Jesus. I want my baby back, Jesus ribs. Okay, back to this over here for a moment. Who incited me against him to ruin him without reason? Here, God destroys Job's life, kills his wife and children, takes his wealth, and gives him a disease just to test his faith. For what? A sick wager? This isn't love. This is sadistic. Imagine a pit demon watching Job's pain and suffering as some form of twisted entertainment, and it makes a lot more sense. Pain and suffering, by the way, endured in the name of loyalty to this very creature. Sure, Job got a new wife and children, which was, I'm sure. I screwed up in that one. I was a bad Chris. I was wrong. Job's wife did not die. She's a villain in the story. She constantly tries to tell Job to turn his back on the Lord and all that business. She's a bad guy, as are most women in the Bible. Sure, a soft comfort to the ones who were slaughtered for this God's bet, but this is a horrific example of a loving God. However, it's a prime example. Puppy in a harness. Okay, Vic, we'll be here when you get back. Of a pit demon trying to pass itself off as a loving God. A God who allows suffering for sport. Does that sound divine? Good morning, Sith Lord. Thank you for joining us for Paganmas Eve having tenderloin. Awesome sauce. Awesome. Or depraved. We're halfway through, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Number 5, human-scented flesh candles. And now let's talk about Jephthah's daughter from Judges 11. The Israelites were being oppressed by the Ammonites, and Jephthah agreed to defeat them on the condition that if he won, he gets to be the new leader of the Israelites. In desperation to win, in a selfish power grab, this hero of the Bible makes a vow to the God of the book to sacrifice in fire the first person who comes. Oh, by the way, good morning, Michael Wolf. Thank you for joining us. Giles asks, and this is a very important question, I think, how come we don't have cat sleds? Can you imagine? If you had a cat sled, it could like go up trees and stuff. You could go almost anywhere in a cat sled. I mean, you have to have a strap and whatnot. Big cats, they got cats that big. There's cats as big as dogs, and they can do trees. Man, that'd be great. That's a fantastic idea, Giles. Sorry for stopping the show on that one. That was a show-stopping sort of. I had a stroke of genius. Thank you. Giles did. Need lots of cats. Well, you big cats. Use big cats. That's true. Nomad says, good luck getting them to go anywhere you tell them to. That's true. You'd have to have a chicken on a string or something ahead of them. I don't know how you'd work that out, but it'd be interesting to watch. Brief, almost certainly brief. Let's go back to this here. So you can, yeah. So you expect the cats to run in the same direction? Yeah, no, probably not. No, probably not. Comes out to greet him when he gets home. I read that to say that the person who loves him the dearest and is the most eager to greet him when he returns after being gone so long is the one he's going to offer up to God as a burnt sacrifice. That person ends up being his daughter. Here's the God monster part. First, this creature allows Jephthah to win his battle and survive. If the cause was good but his promise bad, God could have given his people the battle but let him die to protect his innocent daughter. Yet God lets him win the battle and then does nothing to stop the sacrifice. The girl, sadly, is sacrificed, burned alive because her father made a deal with God. Think about it. A deity that revels in blood sacrifices and burnt human offerings. Does that sound like compassion or like the monstrous hunger of a demonic creature? The God of the Old Testament was very capable of stopping Jephthah, just like he stopped Abraham from killing his own son or how he killed Onan for spilling his seed outside his dead brother's wife. If he wanted to, God could have intervened. Okay, that's the extent of our examples from the Old Testament. Good morning, Derek Cruz. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while. I hope you're doing great. I hope the coffee is good. Peace and coffee, coffee and respect, my friend. I hope you're doing great. I hope you've been sinning safely and having a good time doing it. Skunks and what do you guys talk about? I gotta be careful. Gave my life for weed. That's like a song. Is that a song? Very cat sled races will like Monty Python's 100-meter for disoriented people. that's a good point. Testament. I could list so many more, but we have to move on. The difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament is that in the Old Testament, God would personally visit his wrath upon you while you lived. With the New Testament, you have your life to live. The spawn of ID 10T32T's loins has said hello. Good morning, spawn of ID 10T32. How are you doing? Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Little one, how are you doing, little buddy? Little person? Good morning, little one. Thank you for watching this show. It's nice to have you with us. I hope you are sitting safely with everyone else. I know now I'm all suddenly self-conscious about what I say. Is it ID 10? Yeah. Oh, Jal beat me to it. ID 10T Junior. Man, you're so fast. Orly, let's see here. Thank you all for joining us this morning, even the little ones. I have an Ori, in case you want to see an Ori. A laser light. Iggy, that's a fantastic idea. A laser light to get all the cats to go in the same direction. That's fantastic. I like it. Wily Coyote Smart you are. First, Nomad. Good morning, Nomad. I don't know if I said hello to you or not whenever I got here. Nomad said, first annual cat sled races. Yes, I too would pay to see that. I 1D4 or 1D6. I like where you're going with that, Michael Wolf. That's interesting. She's ecstatic. She's... I don't even know how to say that without getting in trouble. I get it. Oh, I'll be okay. Wait. Oh, I got it that time. It's not ID10T. It's idiotist. Idiot test. I get it. I thought you were calling her idiot test. And I was like, you can't say that about that poor child. Then I realized you were talking about yourself. I'm okay. I had to lay down there for a moment though. Scotty, you know, sometimes I've been calling you that for days now. Idiot test. That's fantastic. Well, apparently I failed. Or I passed. I don't know how you see that. It's another catch-22 we're running into today. Man, I can't believe I missed that. So, idiot test, good morning, and thank you to your ecstatic little one for joining us. I thought that's why I was like, I can't call her that on the show. And then I looked at your name, and I looked at what you said, and I looked at your name. I was like, oh, thank you all for being here. If my face, one side of my face starts to sloth, you guys just call a number. That's never funny, but it's good to know. Good to know. Never funny, but good to know. No, I had no idea. Mick Litt says, I thought you were joking around the whole time, Chris, and playing into the idiot test. No. No, I failed. Well, see, I've said this before. In the IT department where I worked for many moons, we had what was called the ID10T error. The idiot error. So whenever somebody was a user was doing something unfortunate, rather than saying it's the user's fault or they're an idiot, we would say it was an ID10T error. And then the first time I saw his name, I remember going, ID10, oh yeah, okay, cool. And I didn't really get the rest, T32, I didn't, but I'm familiar with the ID10T, I ran with it. So, that's fantastic. You guys are so wonderful. Let me catch up with the chat here real quick. Not your hell spawn. That's great. Vic Lit, I thought you were joking around. Okay, good fun. Yeah, that's good stuff. Sean says I'm glad I can read Elf. All right, be nice. I'm old. Never seen Chris in shock mode. No. Oh, I got another shock mode. Another one of those things I can tell you about right now. Let me just tell you about it real quick before I continue on reading. I used to watch Deep Space Nine. How do I start? I used to watch Spencer for Hire. Love me some Spencer for Hire. It's very cool. I wanted to be a detective because of Robert Ulrich. I had a girlfriend. I was kind of hoping she would do whatever that other lady, a therapist, and I'd be a detective like that, and we could live out that kind of life. And I'd drive an old Mustang, and and it was a cool show. He would run around and get in trouble, and every now and then when he got in trouble and he needed a bigger gun, he'd call in this guy named Hawk with the guns. Big, beautiful, sexy black man named Hawk. Goodness gracious. And that was cool. I love the show. And then, of course, Robert Ulrich died. Sorry to hear about that and whatever. And of course, me being a Star Trek fan, I was watching Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Didn't think nothing of it. Avery Brooks was the commander. He comes in. He has hair. He doesn't have a goatee. When watching the show, season 3, I think he grows the goatee, but he shaved the beard and his eyebrows, but he still didn't have a mustache. So he was just all, and then in one episode, he leaned forward and he did this with his hands. And when he did, it snapped. I was like, oh my God, that's Hawk. That's Hawk from, and I felt about myself. I mean, that was one of the biggest shocking moments of my life. It's crazy, a long time ago, many moons ago. And I still remember. Shock mode. So let me see. Chris gets a biscuit. I like biscuits. Biscuits are good. Let me catch up here. That makes I kind of got away with myself there as I was. It's great stuff. It's great stuff. I'm a chef and a former construction worker, says Idiot Test. We used to use the ID10T test all the time, thusly the name. Got it. Good morning, Bogos Bentos. Bogos Bentos, not a Bogos Bented. Thank you for joining us. All right, you guys got that going on. I'm going to go ahead and continue our video. My earpods died for a moment, so I won't be here as the video goes because there'll be an echo. Live as you choose, but you must choose Jesus. If you don't, then when you die, you face the same visit his wrath upon you while you lived. With the New Testament, you have your life to live as you choose, but you must choose Jesus. If you don't, then when you die, you face the same vengeful, evil God monster of the Old Testament. So in essence, Jesus is just holding back the pit demon until you die. Then you're all his. Number 4, Jesus talks of casting the wicked into eternal fire. In Matthew 25:31-46, Jesus tells of a final judgment, saying the wicked will be cast into eternal fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. This is a shift from the OT God monster who relishes doling out punishments in the present. Now, the monster lurks in wait, restrained just beyond death's door. Jesus isn't providing freedom. He's delaying judgment, giving you time to bend to his demands. The God monster of the Old Testament might not be striking now, but make no mistake, the threat of torment is only postponed, not forgotten. Number 3, the parable of the rich man and Lazarus. In Luke 16:19-31, Jesus tells of the rich man and Lazarus, with the rich man suffering in agony in this fire after death. Here we see the Old Testament God monster at work once again, enforcing brutal punishment for those who didn't toe the line in this life. See, I knew if I explained that Daisy was a little behind, you guys would be much more understanding than if I told you I was just merely an incompetent host/engineer for the show. Carry on. The suffering isn't just physical, it's eternal, a constant reminder of what's at stake. And where's Jesus? He's presented as a single lifeline to protect us from this monster, the only way to avoid this fate. Yet the God monster isn't gone. It's merely biding its time, with the threat of damnation looming for anyone who dares to question or resist. Number 2, Jesus said, I come not to bring peace, but a sword. In Matthew 10:34 and 36, Jesus warns, I come not to bring peace, but a sword, and declares that even families will be divided over him. This isn't the language of a savior looking to unify. It's the language of a force intent on chaos and control. Divide and conquer, setting kin against kin and establishing division as a form of loyalty. The Old Testament of the God monster isn't gone. It's hiding behind a new message, a supposedly redemptive figure, tearing apart lives in a twisted show of loyalty, all now under the guise of love. Number 1, and we're finally there, the pits of hell and eternal damnation. In his teachings, Jesus makes no secret of hell's torment. He describes it as a place where the fire never goes out, Mark 9:34, an eternal punishment for those who don't follow him. As I've mentioned, in the Old Testament, God punished in life. In the New Testament, he waits until the end, but the stakes are even higher. The God monster's punishment is now eternal, unending, and horrific, with Jesus presented as the only barrier. Accept him or burn forever. This is not salvation. It's extortion, an ultimatum crafted by the same pit demon, trying to convince you it's the merciful creator of everything. So those are my top 10 reasons the God of Abraham is more like a pit demon than a merciful, loving God. What are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to the ad hominem attacks from the Christians, so thank you for that too. Don't forget. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to steal that idea that we've been running with today for tomorrow's poll question. Maybe is about, well, what are you having are you having traditional Thanksgiving food? Or are you doing something different? Thanksgiving, Christmas food? Or are you doing something different? How's it working for you? I'd like to know. Probably, maybe I may not. So there's my top 10 reasons. I want to go back to the poll. Thank you, Vic, for posting that link. I want to go back to our poll and see where we're at today. And remember, we have another stream, this mega stream that's going, and there's the other channel. I believe they're still going. The Apostate Sisters, I think they're still going. And whenever I close my stream, it's going to shuffle you guys off over to there. Shuffle off. You're going to shuffle off. That doesn't sound good. It's going to shuffle you guys off over there or part of the rest of the stream. So that's going to be wonderful. Don't forget to hang out with our people. All 48 hours, you're going to need something stronger than coffee. That's right. That's why you've got atheism. It's stronger than coffee. Okay, what was I doing here? Back to the point, man. On point, man. So the question of the day is, and the link has been posted. Thank you very much. I will ship. Vic has posted the link. I will repeat the question. What is the best explanation, my friends, for Mary's virginity? Now, if you don't think the answer I post is in here, you feel free to leave a comment on the video or on the post itself and let me know what you think is the best explanation for her virginity. My options were, and so far this is the leading choice. We've had 25 votes. The leading choice with 40% of the vote is Joseph really wanted to avoid paying child support. Clearly. I think that's probably the most obvious choice. But there's also choice number 2. Option number 2, and it's coming in second with 32% of the vote, and that is Stone Age hymen reconstructive surgery. Stone Age hymen reconstructive surgery. Number 3, and it's actually coming in third. It's my favorite. Is Joseph masturbated in the bathtub before Mary took her bath. They really need to be more careful with that. Young people these days. That's coming in at 20% of the vote. And then number 4, Fourth option, she got pregnant from a toilet seat, public toilet seat. That is the fourth option. I think that's running with 8% of the vote. Please go vote if you get the moment. I'm going to go ahead and post this here again. Thank you all. And once again, I still have also the other video that I got. I think let's see, we're getting pretty close there. Good. I haven't checked the comments on that because they get kind of ugly. I don't know, I want to read them out on the screen. I need to check my microphone. I think I need to do something. Me burrito, big mic. And I need to put that at 160. We'll try that and see. Hopefully I'm all matched up now. Sorry, that's for me later. Let's see. All right, guys. So we have now reached 3,282 subscribers. We're almost to 3,300 subscribers. So somebody in the chat mentioned that earlier. Like, oh, hey, I saw that. Yeah, I know. We hit 3,000 and it's been going, but partly it's been going because of a video. Peter Van de Vaal says, you really have no idea. Thank you for showing you're ignorant. I appreciate that. When they immediately go to the ad hominems. That's fantastic. I mean, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts. I got to go put some aloe on that shit. You people. Yeah, so yeah, that's great. We got our video going. Top 10 reasons why Jesus wasn't a sacrifice is still going. That video, my friends, has gotten us. Let me look at this. And go. 251 subscribers just from that video alone. That's fantastic. I'm very excited. And we're heading up. We're heading up. So what I'm going to do, it is 8:37. Normally, I've got other things here. I've got really it's just the poll stuff and my interactive stuff, but I'm going to go do the thing. I've got a video to make. I've got something to work on for tomorrow. I hope you're going to like it if I get my ass to finish it. I'm lazy and a perfectionist, but really I'm just lazy and less of a perfectionist. I'm not a perfectionist at all. I'm just lazy. Anyway, so I want to see how this goes. So I want to let you guys know the purple rhymes with orange is running a stream. They've got their thing going on. Go over there, watch them after my stream, support them, give them a thumbs up, subscribe. This is a 48-hour thing. Tomorrow morning, whenever I stream, they are going to be shuffling people over to us. So go support. It's going to be, if I shut off at the same time they do, you'll miss the Apostate Sisters. So go check out the Apostate Sisters. Support them if you're not already subscribed. Tell them the amazing Super Chris from the Daily Atheist Morning Show sent you that way. And I will be watching because I'm going to move my chair into the living room because I only have one chair big enough for my fat ass. I'm going to move my chair in there. I'm going to watch their show while getting ready for the video that I got to create for Paganmas tomorrow. Friends, you are wonderful. I will see you tomorrow. I'm going to go through our normal end stream. Thank you to all of our supporters and subscribers. Real quick, before I forget, I want to say here on the channel, let me go through this. I like to reread our fan funding, our super chats and stuff throughout the day that we've gotten. So today our left-handed Jedi friend gave us $20 and said, I have a concept to share with you. And this one really kind of did blow my mind. I call it the Jedi reversal. The argument of evil and hell is popular, but what about the opposite? What do Christians feel? Why do Christians feel they've earned eternal happiness from a finite lifespan? They often talk about how we've earned eternal damnation from a finite lifespan. How can they reasonably argue they have earned eternal salvation from deeds during a finite lifespan? So thank you very much for that $20 super chat. Very much appreciate you. Left-handed Jedi guy. All right. Left-handed Jedi. Okay. You all have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow. Go support the Apostate Sisters, and I'm going to work on some hopefully new stuff. And thank you. Sin safely, my friends. Take care. Thank you, and have a great day. And look at Paul getting bonus show out of you. Thank you, Paul, for the 10 pounds worth of a super chat. He says, hello. Thank you, Paul Camish. Appreciate you very much. Are you going to be here tomorrow, Paul? Paul, it's going to be Christmas. Paganmas. We're celebrating Paganmas. Everybody's invited. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for the super chat. Paul says hi. 10 pounds. You guys are wonderful. Thank you all. Stay safe out there. Send safely.
Thank you and have a great day.